All right, welcome to our continuing exploits on the Let's Defend platform. We are continuing the digital forensics incident response exercise called Windows Forensics, put together by CyberJunkie. This is actually my second attempt to sit there and make this recording. The first one decided the entire system just hard locked. So, where we left off, I believe it was question 7, so we're more than about halfway done, and I'm leaving this up to show. So apparently somehow I had the wrong dashes. Talked with support, talked with the author, and so our answer was correct. But for some reason, when I sat there and put in the dashes in between the year, month, day, the dashes were longer, so some sort of special character. Have no idea how I did that. Basically sat there, typed it out manually inside of Notepad, not Notepad++, to go straight plain text. And it took it. So I have no idea what's going on there. Talking with the guys over at Let's Defend, I believe that we're going to see about trying to adjust it to accept additionally longer characters for the dashes, just to make sure nobody else runs into the same portion. But apparently, I am just that unique unicorn to cause the problem. Okay. So what we're going to do is we are going to pick back up where we left off, and hoping to go through and picking up on question 7. So apparently there is a cache location and a Python file that will go through and extract this stuff out. It is not a Zimmerman tool, but in trying to sit there and I think it was like Google searching RDP cache extraction, took me to like BMC tool. It's a Python file. So I installed Python 3 on the Windows 10 lab VM, and we'll get this switched over. Maybe. Possibly. Fingers crossed. All right, we do transition, and we have this stuff here. And since we're dealing with this particular portion, I'll include a link to the tool. If you find any other tool that sits there and does it that may not be Python, okay, I'm all ears. So supposedly we just basically, so bmc-tools.py-s will point towards the source. So in this case, I have extracted the entire cache folder in the same directory as the tool. And that cache, I suppose I should probably, for consistency's sake, again, this is the second time of me doing this recording, so I have remounted the AD1 file, but supposedly it exists in the C user's username, app data, local, Microsoft terminal server client, and then the cache folder itself. So because we know that the only user here is CyberJunkie, we should have, yep, app data, local, Microsoft terminal server client, and there's our cache. And so 2 files, a BMC folder file and a bin file. And apparently the bin contains a bunch of, I think it's bitmap files. So all I've done is just copy the cache folder, dumped it into here as a lowercase c as opposed to uppercase, and then created an output folder that doesn't have anything in it, obviously, because I have not run this yet. And so we're going to do Python bmc-tools.py-s, pointing to the local copy of the cache folder, and then basically specifying -D for the destination, which is going to be the output directory that I've created. And of course now I have to remember. Okay, yes, pi. The other aspect that I had to go in and adjust the it was something that required an adjustment set of windows. It was like a app alias. So whenever I would try to sit there and do Python or Pi, it would go through and try to actually direct me to the Windows Store to download it from there, as opposed to the locally installed version of Python 3 that I had on the box now. I don't remember that ever actually being a thing before. Yeah, I think it's so manage app execution aliases, I believe. Let's see. Yep, here we go. Python 3. I don't remember this ever being an issue before, especially for Python installed outside of the App Store, but apparently, or the Windows Store, I guess I should say. So if you're trying to go through and follow along and do the same exact portion, then just bear in mind that you may have to go back in there, which was the notification section, all settings, and then just basically use the word alias to direct here. And with those turned off, I was able to sit there and run it locally. Unable to retrieve file contents aborting, but yet somehow it apparently extracted 2,350 files. Okay. Wow. Okay, this is going to be quite the cluster. Oh, crap. That's kind of hilarious. Frustrating, but kind of hilarious. And so this should be a representation of the what was going on in the session. Just broken up into a bunch of small BMP chunks, which, hooray, now we need to try to figure that out. Since I'm not really aware of any other way to go through short of, taking a look at the logs on the other machine, but all we have is this, so. Oh, okay, here we go. We're starting to get down to the actual system tray and the bottom bar there. So Netflix, Spotify, looks like VMware, Firefox, Discord, star button. Some PDF. Bunch of PDFs. Some Word docs. Okay, so refresh my memory. So question 7 is the attacker logged in via RDP and then performed lateral movement. Attacker accessed an internal network connected device via RDP. What command was run on CMD after successful RDP into the other Windows machine? So then we're looking for evidence of a CMD window in the images themselves. Some backgrounds. Looks like typing out CMD like in the Windows search in order to get that sucker pulled up. Evidence of, okay, the command prompt itself, or right before it's kicked off. It doesn't look like they've activated it yet. Okay, well, there's the evidence of our command prompt because we've got, looks like it dumped out to the C user's cyber junkie. And we've got the upper bar with the minimize, maximize, close. We get the typical aspect where it talks about, okay, Microsoft Windows, the version number, copyright Microsoft Corp. That we've got up here, which matches kind of here. Just, I'm not using that colorful of a portion on this. It looks like that's more of like the start menu portion. It looks like C Windows System 32. So net local group. Does that, yeah, that looks like it matches. So if you follow through, so it looks like starting with image 1024, 1025, 1027. Okay, so then 1026 is the dotted line between, so after the aliases. And then everything else is basically the breakdown chunk by chunk. So I wonder, is it going? No, because now it's like taking a chunk here, and the next one in line is over here. Okay, well, let's see as to whether or not if I've got this right. So this comes over. So if we are right, then it should be net space local group. Nice. Okay, and we're on what? The final three questions? The attacker tried to download a tool from the user's browser on that second machine. What is the tool name? Okay, so then we're going just basically straight back. They're trying to piece together. So we're looking for some sort of indicator of a web browser. And looking at this by 1095, looks like it's going to be Firefox, since that looks like that's the active window. And so now we need to try to piece together. What were you looking for there, buddy? What were you looking for? trying to grab like Cali or something? That might be. God, it would be awesome if this could just like stitch it together. And so you could basically just kind of do like a play by play. Okay, so, these BMPs were in relation to like frame one. And then, okay, with the changes that were made, then you get this. So you could just kind of go through like a slideshow and actually just kind of see everything. Or maybe the tool will do it. I don't know how to do it. So I thought there was something about trying to stitch it together, but I haven't been able to get that to work. Kali Doc, that's like bookmarks by the looks of it. So I don't think we're there yet. Maybe trying to hit Google. Yeah, in the I'm feeling lucky search portion. AnyDesk, ransomware, RDP on Windows. Dollar. Discord. Hmm. Looks like our man Cyber Junkie's a Rufus user. Maybe cats. AD Power. AD Power. GitHub. PS1. Okay, that's the closest thing I've seen to actually having an extension for something. So Jesus, it's difficult to sit there and try to put this stuff together. Power tools. Maybe power pivot. So maybe GitHub master. Maybe this is PowerSploit. Power Viewer. PS1. GitHub. PowerSploit. Power View. Of course, we answer the, am I a human? I mean, that's the closest thing that I've seen thus far, short of just the normal stuff that's there. But let me, so trying to piece together what we're looking at. And apparently that is a thing. I mean, that kind of looks like what we were looking at. So Power Tools, PowerSploit. So I wonder which one is which. PowerSploit, a PowerShell post-exploitation. It's underneath Recon. Okay. PowerShell Mafia. Oh, there's Power View itself. Function that performs network and Windows domain enumeration and exploitation. So probably what, PowerView.ps1 if I had to guess? Maybe? Okay. Oh, I think before I hand in my work laptop, I think I'm going to go ahead and shred that cache folder. Okay. And we get to the part of what command was executed, which resulted in privilege escalation. I'm assuming we're stuck to the same particular, again with the RDP session, just so trying to piece together. And then what framework? I mean, I don't suppose it would be just as simple as saying PowerSploit. No, not PowerSploit, apparently. Is there a hint? No hint. So I guess we just kind of go back and, I mean, God, there's not that much left. So it does look like they clicked the link because it goes purple, so additional confirmation. PowerShell Mafia, Power View, PS1. Oh, sorry. So I scrolled down a little bit further. So we've got PowerShell Mafia. And then it looks like they pulled down view.ps1. So so PowerSploit power viewer or view.ps1. So additional confirmation, at least from that. And apparently it's not PowerSploit for the answer, since that's basically the framework that they're actually using on this box. But the problem is, I mean, well, I'm quickly running out of BMPs here. And it looks like this is all, yeah, this is all just stuff basically remade or remiss to this. So it's the question. Okay, if it's not PowerSploit, what else are we doing here? Well, we've kind of run out at the end. Oh, maybe it's not the RDP at all. I mean, we looked, there's not much there. The hint, threat hunt events on the system. We're not going to get the events for the system that they RDP'd into and ran that powerview.ps1. So that's got to be local system then. Hey. What command was executed which resulted in? An execution? So we probably want, oh, what is it? Deep Blue CLI, I think is what it was called. We covered it on the BTL1 cert, and I think there was one of the zero exercises had that as well. And of course it's on GitHub, which is fine. PowerShell module for threat hunting. Okay. And so this would be Eric Conrad's tool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to download it on the local box. It's going to come through, so now I have the CLI master. And I'm just going to go ahead and go back to all 6, which is effectively where I'm just dump these tools. And let's see if I can just copy and paste this into here without everything just going. Okay. With that, then I'm going to need to know the location of the Windows events. So we're going to go ahead and go extract this out. And I think what I want to do is I'll just, well, let's do this. I'm still showing the system, so that's good. I will well, let's go through this and see if this actually hits us anything. If it doesn't, then I won't bother to include the link, because we want to point it to. So then we are looking for the EVNT files. Excuse me. Oh, jeez. Oh, wait, no. This is still that. So go back to users, go back to root, Windows, System32, when event logs. There is all of them. Application, the various aspects. I wonder, do they have what was it? What is it called? Sysmon. No. But the big one that we want is here, system. And PowerShell. So then theoretically, what we should be able to do is call up a okay, let's do this. And I'm just going to run it as administrator because it's a throwaway Windows 10 VM that I can just revert. Okay. So I need to change the directory to where I have the Deep Blue CLI master. Bingo. And then it should just be it's trying to go through and yes, Deep Blue. And then it should be the location of the log file that we want, if I remember how to do this correctly. And I think what I want to do is put these in logs, and then we want system.evtx, right? Running scripts is disabled because I have not changed anything. So then we want to set the unrestricted. So we should be able to go back to this, set execution policy, unrestricted. Yes, I know. I am creating a giant risk. Thank you. No such file. Okay, well then let's just do the same thing we did with the cache. Let's grab system. Let's grab PowerShell. Let's grab security. We'll grab application. Now we're just going to dump them in here. Let me guess, my mouse flubbed. Okay, so then we should just be able to go /deepblue system. Well, is it? Let's do security. And we'll just let it do its thing. And we'll see what shakes out. And I guess we'll try system and we'll try PowerShell. So we got users created, default user 0. Nothing in there that really screams. Okay, system. Possible use of interpreter get system. Metasploit style CMD with pipe. So the question is specifically, let's go back to the challenge. What command was executed which resulted in privilege escalation? For question 9. Well, get system. That definitely looks like that would be the command in question. So let's take the cmd.exe /c echo kyvckn, piping it to --dot--pipe / technically kyvckn. Let's see as to whether or not if that's specifically what it's looking for. So let me get VMware out of the way and transition over. So we've got that copied in. Okay, so that apparently is it. So then what? We're looking at Metasploit because it was pretty much told to us in that, right? Oh, dear Lord. Oh, dear Lord. Sad thing is, I haven't yet used Deep Blue CLI since I was training for the BTL one. Oh, but no, that very nice. I mean, short of just the tearing my metaphorical hair out as demonstrated since last time, or from part 1. Yeah, the whole dash situation screwing everything up. But hey, I cannot complain, nor will I. So there we go. That is part 2 and the finale of our Windows Forensics DFIR exercise / challenge on the Let's Defend platform. So if you enjoyed it, go ahead and join the Discord and give mad props to CyberJunkie. If you can find them like Twitter or anything else like that, give them mad props. If you go through this was a very fun exercise. Stretched some muscles that have not been stretched for a few months. So all good stuff. So with all that being said, I'm going to get the rest of this put together, and then I will see everybody in the next video.